my darlings. Hi, it's me, Michelle Visage. Welcome to another episode of Whatcha, Packin. Joining me today is the Elephant Queen. It is the one, the only, top four. It's Eureka. Hey, Eureka.
Hey, Miss Michelle. How are you, Dad? It's so good to see you.
I'm wonderful. How are you, sweetheart?
Honestly, girl, I'm so good. I'm over here in Hollywood. Well, I'm in West Hollywood now, but moving to Hollywood. So I'm so excited to be moving to my new place and, doing all this work from home love, trying to keep it safe and sane, and excited about the new season.
When did you move out of Tennessee?
Shortly after filming season 10. Because I was like, I'm gonna go to LA so I can make it and maybe I'll win if I live there.
All right, good tactic.
But I'm winning at life.
So season 9, then season 10, you get to the final, and then here we are back, All-Star 6. When they asked you to come back, what was your first thought?
So this was my second time being asked. The first time I just didn't feel ready emotionally. I had just lost my mom. It was very severe as far as like my emotional instability from it. It's crazy because it's like, no matter how long somebody's sick or you're expecting them to pass, when they do, it's just still, you never expect it. And there's no way to really say how to take it. So I knew I wasn't going to be ready. And when I got the call for this season, I prayed to God and to my mom, and I was like, let me know if this is what I'm supposed to do. And I looked at my vision board and it had a picture of RuPaul and All-Stars on it with a crown. And I was like, you know what? If ever, now's the time. So jump and do it.
So you went into it and you saw your old frenemy, Ginger Minge. How has this competition changed your relationship with our Ginger?
I've always looked up to Ginger, even before I was on RuPaul's Drag Race. I think sometimes big girls just get pinned against each other, and we were the only two that made it to the end. I've always had respect and love for her, and it really just grew this season, and it was a mutual love. Shooting RuPaul's Drag Race is hard. So having a sister like that actually turned out to be very necessary, I think, for us both, and it really helped build our relationship a lot.
You all worked through whatever everybody wanted to put on you, and you came out stronger for it.
Yeah, and I think it's important just for bigger people in general. We're looked at a lot of times as insecure, undisciplined, things like that, but me and Ginger get to be that example.
I love that.
There's plenty of room for both of our big asses, and we can both be fabulous while doing it.
Amen. Speaking of fabulous, let's talk about your Madonna in the halftime challenge.
Ooh.
Was that exciting for you? Were you nervous to do Madonna?
Madonna has, for me, one of the most iconic look and presentations for the Super Bowl halftime ever. With this gladiator Egyptian theme, such a warrior moment. I was a little nervous doing it in front of you, Michelle. You're literally worldly known as a Madonna lover. So I just really wanted to impress you, especially. So I really worked hard on making sure I looked glamorous and that I was a goddess and embodied just that diva that Madonna is.
WWMD, what would Madonna do?
Yeah.
I think you did a great job. This time around, you were one that didn't choose and chose not to choose lipsticks on judges' critiques. How come?
I just went by my gut, Also, my heart played a huge part in what lipsticks I chose and what lipsticks I did not choose. And at the end of the day, it's also still a competition. I feel like I played the game the best I could, where I could wake up the next morning and be happy with the people I chose. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not happy anyone went home. It's honestly, it sucks having to vote people out.
It does.
I don't know how you all do it, honestly. The pressure it put on us as a group was insane.
I can't tell you how it is every single week to have to tell somebody who is extremely talented, but the dice just rolled on the challenge that wasn't for them, that it wasn't good enough.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's hard.
Well, and you also have that kind of heart too, Michelle, where you love us. We can feel it. I can tell it would probably be hard for your heart. It was hard for my heart.
Yeah. You were doing well. You did well throughout the whole competition, and you hadn't won, and people were letting you know that you hadn't won.
Yeah.
And then you were eliminated. Were you being too hard on yourself, or were you saying, okay, that's just the way this game played out?
When it was the top 5, and of course it's going to be that day where there's a winner and everyone else is up for elimination, it was the day I was dreading, and I wanted to win that challenge so bad because I had worked so hard not to fall in the bottom. And when you don't have that track record of the challenge wins, that's what can put you on the chopping block. So I already knew that would be used against me. For me, it was not really about winning the challenges. I still felt so successful. So when it came down to me getting voted out, I was like, bitch, I slayed. Big girl came in and turned looks. I had a good time. And that's really what I was focused on. And I was myself.
Have you always been a crier?
I have always been a crier. I'm a big sensitive person. Like, my heart lives on both sleeves, you know?
Yeah.
My father was very abusive in a sense where if I cried, it wasn't manly. You know, it was that toxic masculinity. And my mom always celebrated my emotions. And it really helped cultivate me into a sensitive person. That's how I can relate with people and I connect with people so well. So bitch, when I want to cry, I gotta cry. Actually, it's not even about wanting to cry. I gotta cry and let it out.
When you don't let it out, that's when you get in your way. You're not talking it out. You're not crying it out. And it's just trapped. So Eureka did a lot of crying. Then you leave and then you find out, uh-oh, it's not over yet. I have a chance to maybe come back. Talk me through that.
That little TV went off and RuPaul popped on and she said, you can lip sync your way back in. And as much as I was like, oh girl, I'm ready to go home. It'll be all right. I'm okay. As soon as I knew there was a chance to come back, girl, I took off running to my station and had everything stripped off within 10 minutes. And I was like, ooh, I get to lip sync. I'm gonna do this. So, you know, it's, and now my new thing is like, well, when a door opens, make sure you twirl through it.
That's it. And then you find out you're lip syncing against Silky, who had won 6 weeks in a row. Did that give you any nervousness? Did that put any pressure on you? Or you just like focus on Eureka? You got to do this.
This was a really hard, sensitive moment for me because I love Silky. Her season, she didn't get the best response. I related with that. I got very close to her very quickly because I just always have had a softer spot for the bigger people because I know how easy it is for us to be misunderstood and bullied. I remember before I came out, I put my mom's life alert on around my neck before I came out. And I prayed to God when I was standing there in front of you all. And I just said, you know, Mom, God, if I'm meant to stay in this competition, then my lip sync will show that. If I'm not, then my lip sync will show that. I didn't want to give up and just let Silky have it. I also didn't want to have the mindset of like, oh, I want to beat that bitch so I can stay. And luckily for me, my path was to beat Silky, but it was hard.
Of course it's hard. And then you enter back in the competition and you win the challenge.
Yes, finally. It's like, boop, boop, boop. I know it was like such a like, I was like, thank you, Jesus. One, I was really glad that there was 20,000 on the block instead of just 10.
Yes.
Also, just to get to lip sync for your legacy, having your name on that box, like all these moments of All-Stars is really what I came into All-Stars wanting to do, was to have all these moments. I love this TV show. It's my favorite show ever.
Yeah.
You know, and I've gotten to be on it 3 times. I've gotten to experience every side of Drag Race, it feels like, and that's what I'm blessed with the most. So I was like, bitch, I got my name on a box, girl.
Right.
I got to come back and win a challenge. I got to pick a lipstick. You know what I mean? I got to experience everything.
Let's talk about the outfit sitting next to you. Who made it, Eureka?
Well, this lovely garment was made by Patrick Howell. He's a designer from Kentucky. The outfit itself means a lot to me because I share the purple heart emoji a lot because my mother's favorite color was purple.
Aww.
So this outfit was very much an homage to her with like the purple heart emblem on the headpiece. I also really wanted to pay an homage to my drag mother and the culture that I come from in drag, which is very showgirl, Southern drag. The best thing about walking on that runway, honestly, is when you get to see the judges' reactions. Yeah. And when I peeled the corner, I saw the pleasure in everyone's face on the panel because it's a beautiful piece. And that's what I wanted more than anything, was that little bit of a gasp moment, like, okay, bitch showed up for the final runway. It felt incredible. I was like, girl, Miss Cher done got stung by a bee ×3. Bob Mackie will be proud. Bitch, I was ready.
Top 4, Eureka. You done did it again.
Woo!
You done did it again. I want to wish you all the luck in the world. You fought hard for this one, Eureka. And you deserve it. You're standing here and you deserve it. I am so proud of you, baby.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you, Michelle.
Well, I also know what it's like to lose my mama at a young age. You know, I was 30. When it happens, and yours is so soon after, there is a sense of, what do I do now? Where do I go?
Yeah.
This is like a new beginning with your mom with you. Do you know what I mean?
It really is.
She's with you and she pulled you through. So that really made me happy and proud of you because I could see you leaning on her in this competition and she was there for you. So I'm going to chalk it up to your mama that you're here in this top 4.
The OG Eureka.
There you go. I love you, baby. Thank you so much for joining me.
It's always a pleasure to see you, Michelle. You look beautiful, and thank you so much.
Thanks for joining me for another episode of Whatcha Packin'. I'll see you next time, kids. Bye.
Nothing's gonna stop me. Don't it feel so good when they do it so dangerous?
Subscribe to the Drag Race YouTube channel for all things Drag Race.